welcome back to my list of the top 10 retired steam locomotives. We're down to our final 4 entries to see what locomotives did on the list. Now presenting a locomotive that I've never heard on the list before. All 4 of the Reading T1s, 2100, 2101, 2102, and 2124. These 484 mountains. Whoa, wrong intro. Anyways, the Reading Freight Company began rebuilding their 280s into 484 mountains. The trust they called T1s. They built 4 484 mountain T1s, 2101, the second one, 2100, the third one, 2102, and finally the last one, 2124. 2124, 2102, and 2100 were sent to the Iron Horse Rambles, and 2101 was kept as a backup engine that would never run. 2124 starred on the first Iron Horse Rambles excursion. But apparently, so in that case, all of them were retired. Well, at least, one of them, 2100, is undergoing a restoration to run again anytime soon. Man, this restoration is taking forever. Number 3. CB&Q 5632, also known as Chicago, Burlington, and Quincy 5622. 32. 5632 was built in 1940 for the Chicago, Burlington, and Quincy Railroad, and the Chicago, Burlington, and Quincy had a steam locomotive, along with CB&Q 4960. 5632 was painted gold to celebrate the 100th anniversary of the Chicago, Burlington, and Quincy and port excursions. But later, 5632's luck would soon begin to change. After that, Murphy retired, and then they had to send out another person. But the person didn't had any interest in running steam. And after that, 5632 was sold to Richard Jensen, the same man who died when in 5629 was scrapped. But that was in part 1. If you've ever watched 5629 part, go to part 1 immediately. Anyways, after that, Jensen's equipment was moved to a scrapyard for storage. But then 5632 came off the tracks while being moved into the scrapyard. And as Penty Productions said, 5632 was sadly scrapped. The same thing that GTW 5629 would suffer many days later. Number 2. The Cotton Belt 819. 819 was built for the Cotton Belt Railroad and could be faster than any type of locomotive in the world. NNW 611, Frisco 1522, or maybe even Nickel Plate Road 765. Well, apparently for that, 819 was retired after excursions. But I swear, this locomotive can run again. But now, she just sits quietly in the shops. Number 1. Now, this engine is chosen to be the number 1 pick, and has never been on the pick before, but Rail Rider 713's list. So here it goes. 1, 2, 3, go! Nickel Plate Road 587. The 587 was built in 1918, but it was owned by a different railroad, known as the Lake Erie and Western Railroad, and had a different number unknown. So apparently, 587 was renumbered to 587 after it was bought by the NKP, which known as the Nickel Plate Road. And apparently, 587 operated excursions until it retired. So, at that case, the locomotive was eventually retired. But the Nickel Plate Road got it to run again very time soon, but it retired again. But before it was retired, it starred in two children's films known as Choo Choo Trains, Close Up and Very Personal, and Lots of Trains, Volume 1. If you hadn't seen those films when 587 was in them, go check them out. Anyways, however, 587 will undergo a restoration. However, this restoration is taking forever. Now for the honorable mentions. N&W number 1218. 1218 was built for the Norfolk and Western Railroad. And because of that, the locomotive had like an articulated steam locomotive, for example. Because of that, 1218 was actually an articulated locomotive, but it pulled both freight and coal trains, but then it was switched to passenger services. Sorry, that's my mom and dad watching a movie. Sorry, Mom. Sorry, Dad, I didn't mean to interrupt your movie watching. They're not listening. Anyways, 1218 was retired and sent to the Museum of Transportation in Roanoke, along with his N&W 2156 and Norfolk Western 611.
Remember, don't kick the side of the tree, okay?
Got that, Dad.
Put your legs up on it.
Sorry, that was my dad. He interrupted. Anyway, because of that, 1218 will never run again anytime soon. And 1218 sits quietly inside the Roanoke Museum of Transportation, along with 2156 and 611. Number 4. Atlanta and West Point 290, which is a 462 Pacific locomotive. Now, I don't really know all about this locomotive, but anyways, so 290 was built for the Atlanta and West Point Railroad. Apparently, it pulled excursions until being retired in, I don't know which year it was retired, but anyways, this could be a larger locomotive when it is actually not. Ha! Well, anyways, so as you could see, 290 pulled excursions until being retired, but then it got to run again and starred in the film Fried Green Tomatoes to Kill 2 people, Buddy Jr. and the regular Buddy. Buddy. Ha ha! Anyways, number 3. Grand Trunk Western number 4070. This 282 Light Mikado was built for the Grand Trunk Western Railroad. It pulled excursions on the Changador Valley. Somebody help me! Anyways, Chattanooga Valley line until it was retired. Because of that, 4070 was sent to a roundhouse. Now it stays on display, but I'm sure that it can run again. Number 2. the Mallard. Now, there will be 2 British engines in this list. Now, here's the first British engine. These Mallards were designed by Sir Nigel Gregory, an owner for the Lunar class. That can be faster than the PRR-10 T1 Trust, which tried to break its record when it couldn't. Ha ha ha! But apparently, because of that, all of the Mallards were tired, but they were restored back to service. But then the Mallards were tired again, and they will never run again anytime soon, unfortunately. Now to number 1 of the finest, and I mean finest honorable mention ever! The Flying Scotsman. The Flying Scotsman was built for the Lunar class. The same thing that happened to the Mallard, designed by Sir Nigel Gregory. And because of that, the Flying Scotsman retired. But the Flying Scotsman returned in 2017. And because of that, the Flying Scotsman is still the most fastest British engine ever built. Today, it's still running today on the British Rail Line. We have finally come to our end of the list of the top 10 retired steam locomotives. Thank you for watching, Jeremy Asher.